Are you sick of feeling tired and run down, maybe a bit of brain fog, and you might have recently changed your diet, maybe been exercising more, or are a female that's heavy bleeding at menstruation, maybe, or you're pregnant as well? If you're feeling run down and just not sure what's going on, then stay with me because I'm going to run through some tips today on what may be an underlying cause. Hi, welcome to Health by Nature. I'm Sheridan, and let me go through some of the common reasons for iron deficiency. So, iron is part of how we carry oxygen around our body. It's a critical mineral, and it's essential that we get enough of it from our diet for basically immunity, energy levels, and to avoid a lot of the complications in even brain function as well. So some of the symptoms, like I just mentioned about an iron deficiency, can be frequent colds and flu, so poor immunity. Fatigue is usually the first symptom, and poor brain function, foggy thinking, maybe low blood temperature, or dizziness as well. So basically, you can have iron deficiency because you're not eating any red meat, so you're not getting enough heme-based iron in your diet, or there could be other reasons. And if you are a plant-based eater, then there are some tips I'm going to give you today specific for how to avoid an iron deficiency and the types of supplementation as well. So the other reasons for iron deficiency can be having tea and coffee excess. If you take iron supplements at the same time as tea and coffee, or even cola drinks, then you can be blocking the absorption of iron. If you, like I said, heavy bleeding, menstrual cycle as a woman, or pregnancy increases the need for iron. And the other one that I see in clinic a lot is people with underlying poor absorption. So we're not just what we eat with digestion, but what we absorb. And if we have really poor gut function, then we don't absorb even if we are a meat eater. And that's a huge flag for me as a clinician. So dietary sources of iron, you get the most iron from red meat and animal sources, but if you choose to be plant-based, then you would need to focus on getting iron intake through dark green leafy vegetables, molasses, and combining it with vitamin C and taking it. If you're doing supplementation, I'll go into the right types to take, but also the things that you don't want to have at the same time are zinc and calcium supplementation. They will block iron absorption. So the types of supplements, I can go into those at the moment, but to be honest, before I recommend anyone starting to take an iron supplement, I just want you to know that there are several forms of iron. They're not all the same. It's what's its last name, or what the compound that it's bound to. So the chemist brand iron supplements can often give people digestive problems, make their stools black, and also lead to constipation. So that's something I really would like to kind of give you a heads up on. The better forms are the practitioner forms. They're the more advanced and keeping up with the modern uses of iron supplementation, and they don't have those same side effects at all. But before I recommend iron supplementation, I would really love to see people go and get their blood tested. Not just looking at the hemoglobin, which is what's the protein carrying the oxygen around, but it's what's your ferritin storage. So that ferritin is your iron backup. What have you got in the tank? And even as a male, it's important to know that if you've gone plant-based and you're no longer eating any iron-rich foods, that you don't want your iron levels to be low. You also don't want to start supplementing if you've got too much ferritin, because that's an inflammatory marker. So yeah, the supplements that you can get are basically citrates, glycinates, ferrous sulfate. There are several forms, and practitioner brands are going to give you the best results. So I would really prefer people to just check with their blood work beforehand. And really, any other questions that you have regarding iron, then just know that it's not something you should just think that you can power on without. It's going to have a side effect, and maybe it'll take a month, maybe it'll take 3 months, but to replenish your iron levels properly, the red blood cell lives for 120 days. So yeah, I just want you to know that it just needs to be fixed. It's not going to disappear on its own. And especially if you're a pregnant woman, you do not want to get to the stage where your iron levels are so low and you're suffering with the poor supplementation and not, I don't know, even using food as medicine. So even if you're not really keen on red meat, if you are a meat eater, there's the right kinds of red meat that you want to be getting. That if you look at it for the benefits for your human life that you're reproducing, then, you know, just make the choices that you want to do, but know that this essential mineral is really important for so many body functions. And if you have any more questions, let us know what you want us to hear. Thanks. Until next time, be well.